challenge as we are set to take on Edinburg Vela Sabercats and McAllen Lady Bulldogs. Sabercats put the ball in play, and away we go. Lady Bulldogs on the attack quickly, get it over on the Vela side. Sabercats with a big swing, but 2 hits is called before that hit, and a point awarded to McAllen. They go up 1-0. Lady Bulldogs serve with a jump serve across, and an ace is served up, making it a 2-0 game. Lady Bulldogs coming out swinging here in game number 1 of this best-of-3 series. Jump serve again, just across, played by a diving back row player for the Sabercats. Ball over on the McAllen side. High pass sets up the hit, played by Vela. They'll go on the attack. Left hand, that's off the baton, and a point to McAllen, and an early 3-0 lead for the Lady Bulldogs. We've seen this team just get on a roll and put teams away. So it's imperative for Edinburg Vela to try to stop this right now. That ball is off the net, played on the McAllen side. Bulldogs looking for more. Big swing, back row. That's too strong, and out of bounds it goes. Tip, though, and a point awarded to McAllen. 4-0 game. Lady Bulldogs to serve again. Behind us, a tremendous game going on between Nikki Rowe and Mission Veterans. Rowe now with the lead at 23-22 in the game behind us. Here, 5-0 McAllen. Quick serve across, played by Vela. A high set leads to the big hit. Diving play on the back row for the Lady Bulldogs. Punch over the block, played by the Sabercats. They'll try to regroup. Ball over on the McAllen side again. From the back row, second hit forward, punched over. Ball still alive on the rally. Sabercats tip it over the block, covered nicely by the Bulldogs. And under the net, called against Edinburg Vela. That makes it a 6-0 game. McAllen out of the gate. Rowe knocked off Mission Vets in game 1 over there of their best-of-3 series. Here we got a timeout. 6-0 game. McAllen on top. Back after this. Back here, the Venom challenge continues. The McAllen Lady Bulldogs leading right now against Edinburg Vela as we are just getting underway here in this game 1. Serve across, played by the Sabercats, who call the timeout to regroup. On the attack, they'll look for the back corner. That's out of bounds. And a point to McAllen, and they jump out 7-0 here in this game. Bulldogs will serve again. Played for an ace, and it's an 8-0 game. McAllen to serve again. Jump serve across, and that's another ace. 9 consecutive points out of the gate for the Bulldogs. They're up 9-0. Another jump serve. This is in the net. Edinburg Vela scores a point. Sabercats back to serve. Down 9-1. Left-handed serve across, played by the Bulldogs of McAllen, leading to a back row attack. Over it goes on the Vela side. Off the net. That's a nice swing, but it's played by McAllen. Back set this time, coming back at you. Back row plays that for the Sabercats. Ball over and played by the Bulldogs. High set at the left side off the block. Sabercats there to cover that on the back row. They'll set up the attack. Tip it over the block. Played by McAllen. Long rally. Bulldogs looking for the hit. Played by the Sabercats. Looking for something to develop on the back set. Back row there to play that for the Bulldogs. Again, this time off the net. Played past the block. Point Bulldogs. They score to go up 10-1. 10-1 game, a long rally. But the Bulldogs able to edge the point. Serve this time, played by Edinburg. Vela leads to the right side hit attempt, played by the Bulldogs of McAllen. Ball over on the back row, played by the SaberCats. A high set, punched over, played by Mac High. Second hit over. SaberCats had bunched together. They played that defensively, leading to this big hit. Down it goes, and a point for the SaberCats. That time the timing was there. You could see a much better chance on a well-placed set, leading to that crunching kill for the SaberCats. Looking for an ace. They'll get that on the serve. And a couple of consecutive points scored by Edinburg of Vela. SaberCats serve it up. Ball up high, punched over, played by the Bulldogs. Off the net, over on the SaberCats side, a high set, left side, punched over and kept alive by the Bulldogs. Great play on the defense. Ball up high, second hit over, Bulldogs there to cover that. Set it up now for the hit, off the block, point, Mac High. And they go up 11-3. SaberCats watching, set it up off the net, played over. Played up high, punched over. SaberCats regrouping, set it up, good attempt, and on the approach, what a play on the back row by the Bulldogs. Punched over, SaberCats looking for, again, something to develop on the offensive end. Punched over, this time easier play for the Bulldogs. Tough play here on the front row to get that over, they'll do so. SaberCats, back row attempt, punch it over, back row right there for the Bulldogs to play it. Off the net this time. Played by SaberCats of Edinburg. Vela, over it goes, out of bounds though. Point Mac High, they go up 12-3. Lady Bulldogs will serve. SaberCats punch that up in the air, nothing doing. Mac High with a golden chance here to score. High center set this time. Played by the SaberCats. On the Mac High side again. Looking back from the left side, punched up in the air, but a point for Mac High. They rotated to a center hit that time, and then went right back to the left side for the eventual kill for the point. Double-digit lead for Mac High, and they'll have a service there that goes out of bounds. And a point to Edinburg Vela. Jump serve this time, and a down the line, that's out of bounds. Had some 25, win by 2. High set for the SaberCats of Edinburg Vela. That goes in the net, a point for our Mac High. Lady Bulldogs to serve again. Deep serve, played this time by the SaberCats, and a back row is punched over. Played by the Mac High Lady Bulldogs, a high set, right, left side that is, played by the SaberCats. Bulldogs coming right back at you. Set up the left side again, another big swing, played by the SaberCats, this time on a back row attempt, punch it over. Bulldogs coming at you again, same set left side on the angle, out of bounds, it's in for the point. 16-4 game. Bulldogs back to serve. High set off the net, big swing, but that's in the net called. And a point to Mac High. (17-4) game. Next serve across. That is nearly played for an ace. SaberCats will get it over. Bulldogs Good high set in the middle. That's off the block. Oh, they'll call that 4 hits as it's in the net. 17-5 game. SaberCats serve it over. Bulldogs. High back set this time from the right side. Attack is covered by the Vela SaberCats. They'll get it over. Bulldogs on the attack again with a high set left side. Back row plays that. Nothing doing though on the second hit. Another point for the Bulldogs. 18-5. Timeout called by Edinburg. Vela. Game 1 continues after this.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word: fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, 19-5 lead for the Mackay Lady Bulldogs. Out of the gate here in game number 1, and that ball goes in the net. And the Lady Bulldogs up 20-5. In this one, have led from the opening point. That serve glances off the net, played by the SaberCats. Back set this time, tipped over, and that's a point for Edinburg Vela. (20-6) your score. SaberCats back at the service line. Game 1 of a best of 3. Serve over, a high set for the Bulldogs. Big swing, looking for the back corner. Point scored, Bulldogs up 21-6. City one, they're rotating right now to the front row, capable of coming through and finishing off these big swings for the points. Service return unsuccessful for the SaberCats. Another point awarded to Mackay. And they've cruised out to an extremely comfortable lead here in game number 1. Serve across, played by the SaberCats. Back set this time. Spike across, punched up in the air. High set left side, looking for the back angle. Out of bounds it goes. SaberCats score. 22-7 game. SaberCats to serve it up. Bulldogs, letter perfect pass, back set, right side, across on the SaberCats side. Leads to this swing off the block. Played by the Bulldogs. Second hit, still on the back row. Over off the net. Played by the SaberCats, punched in the air. Second hit over. Bulldogs there to pass it. Set it, back set, and in the net it goes. Point Edinburg Vela. 22-8 game. SaberCats to serve again. Short serve in the net. Point Mackay. Mackay on the attack here with a center set this time. SaberCats easily there to cover that. That's off the net though. From the back row they'll play it over. Mackay will two-hand that over again. SaberCats looking for a better set this time. They'll get it. Big crunching kill. That's out of bounds and a point to Edinburg Vela. When they're able to get the sets in place, SaberCats show they do have some firepower that can bring it. 23-9 game. Bulldogs with a back row attack. That's over on down the sideline, played by the SaberCats of Edinburg Vela. Over on the Mackay side. Good pass. High set left side, and point awarded as that's tipped out of bounds, and Mackay goes up 24-9. Points scored for Vela. They stave off a game point on that one. Ball off the net, spiked across. Played up high for the SaberCats. Left-handed swing, gets it over. On the Mackay side, this is for the win. That's off the block. Played by the SaberCats. Second hit over. Bulldogs looking to put it away. And they do. 25-10 the win for Mackay here in game number 1. Game 2 coming up after this.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as the Mackay Lady Bulldogs win game 1. And now we're set to start game 2 of this best of 3 between Mackay and Edinburg Vela. Keeping track of the game behind us, McAllen Rowe knocked off Mission Veterans in game 1 of their best of 3. Mission Veterans now comfortably on top in game 2 of that one, 21-12. Trying to force game 3 of that set. I was tempted to spin the camera around between games and give you a little bonus coverage over there of that. I have a feeling you'll be seeing both of those teams Tuesday when we're back here for bracket play. Underway here in Mackay. Led from start to finish in game 1, but right now Edinburg Vela notches the first point of game number 2. I'll check that. Mackay scores point number 1. That's awarded to the Lady Bulldogs. They led start to finish in game 1. Serving it up, SaberCats get it over. Bulldogs set it up on the left side. Big crunching hit played by the SaberCats. They'll get it over. Bulldogs attack center this time. Covered this time by the SaberCats. Back row attempt, out of bounds. 2-0 Mackay. That's out of bounds. Makes it a 2-1 game. SaberCats will serve it up. Short serve played by the Lady Bulldogs. A high set. In the net it goes, and we are tied at 2 apiece. It was 8-1 in the blink of an eye in game one, and Mackay really never looked back. SaberCats serving for the lead here. Good pass, high set center, blocked across, played by the SaberCats. They can go for the lead. Tipped over the block and in the net, ball still alive. Bulldogs put that over. SaberCats up near the net, can't handle it. Point Mackay, they go up 3-2. Chance was there for Edinburg Vela on that rally. Serve across. Good pass by the SaberCats, leads to this hit over the net. Played by McAllen. Bulldogs set it up on the left side. Punched over, they'll attack from the left side. Most cases, at least in the early part of this summer play. That's over the net and out of bounds. All tied at 3 apiece. SaberCats to serve it up. 3-3 game, they'll serve across. Haven't led yet in this series. Bulldogs, big hit, but it's played. SaberCats on the back row will get it over. Bulldogs, though, with a good chance here on back set. That's over the block, played by the SaberCats. Better set this time, tipped over. Bulldogs there to play that. Off the net, punched over. SaberCats, second hit off the back row. Third hit over. Bulldogs right at you on the attack in the center. Tipped over the block. Coverage there on the back row for the SaberCats. Leads to a back row attempt on the kill. Out of bounds. Point Mackay. That sent the ball out of the gym area. I'll have to retrieve that back. Gather it up, and now we're ready for the serve. Good serve across, played by the SaberCats from the center. Diving play on the back row for the Bulldogs leads to this hit. Angling it across the court, off the net, right back at you. SaberCats get the point on a well-placed hit. Vela ties it up at 4 apiece. SaberCats haven't led yet. Will serve now, looking for their lead. Good pass across for Mackay. Off the net, glances over on the Vela side. They'll attack, and the net it goes. Lady Bulldogs lead again. 5-4. Reminding you our coverage continues of this Venom Challenge tournament. Championship game coming up on Tuesday night. And then the regular season will begin for all of these players heading into high school. Ball over on the Mackay side. Or on the SaberCat, that is. Vela with a big swing, played by Mackay. Nice return. Bulldogs attack again. Punched over the block, kicked in the air, off the net, point Mackay. Good attempt that time by the SaberCats just to keep that ball alive. Bulldogs serve that over. SaberCats get it over in play. Mackay with a high set, punch it over. SaberCats down by a couple, trying to stay close in this game. Two-handed over. Bulldogs with a chance. Bunch up in the center. Look for the sideline. Out of bounds it goes. That time you could see 4 or 5 players all bunched right there in a small circle, converging near that ball. And that's not normally what you'll see with this Bulldog team. They'll space the floor, cover their area, and help when needed, but those big bunch up gatherings just don't happen. In the net it goes. Bulldogs score a point there. Make it a 7-5 game. Mackay to serve again. Played over on the SaberCats side, but that goes out of bounds. That's a 7-6 game. Edinburg Vela to serve. Cross played by the Bulldogs up high near the bleachers. Third hit is over. Easy chance here for the SaberCats with a high set in the middle. Back corner plays that for the Bulldogs. Up near the net, punched off the block, played by the SaberCats. High back set this time, comes across in the angle, played by the Bulldogs. Back up high, over, SaberCats. Attack, left side. Corner, but out of bounds. Too strong on the kill attempt. Makes it an 8-6 game. Serve across near an ace by the Bulldogs. SaberCats on the attack. Punch that off the block. Right back at you. McAllen scores to go up 9-6. 9-6 ball game. McAllen and Lady Bulldogs serving again. Ball up high on a back set this time. Punch that across. Played up high by the SaberCats. On the back row attempt, that's off the net. Diving play by the Bulldogs. Will keep it alive. Punch it over on the SaberCats side. They'll attack again. Bulldogs cover that. Pass up high. Punched over. Played by the SaberCats on a long rally. Back set this time. Set it up. Bulldogs cover that. Back row for the Bulldogs. Gets it over on the SaberCats side. Long rally here. SaberCats fighting, but then Bulldogs get the point as it goes into the net. Coming up next, McAllen Memorial Blue will take on Ed Couch Elsa here on this court. That'll wrap up our coverage here tonight from this gym. That hit across, goes out of bounds. And the Bulldogs lead 11-6. Timeout call by Edinburg Vela. Coverage of the Venom Challenge continues after this.
Trevino's Restaurant in Edinburg, now serving quality, fresh, delicious food. Treat your taste buds and enjoy the relaxing atmosphere. Join us from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, Friday and Saturday until midnight. Trevino's.
Back here after the timeout, and the Edinburg Vela SaberCats with a letter perfect set and a kill score a point and cut it back to a 4-point game. Bulldogs of McAllen right back at you on the attack. Set it up, blocked back at you. Ball on the McAllen side. Ball over on the SaberCats side. Edinburg Vela scrambling here in game 2. They'll score that point and make it 11-8. Serve across, played by the Bulldogs. High set, played across in the back row. That goes out of bounds. Vela back to within 2 now at 11-9. Serve across to the Bulldogs. High set on the off the net this time from the middle. Played by the SaberCats. Left side, that's off the block. Punched up in the air. Bulldogs will attack again from the back row this time. SaberCats. Right back at you, back row attack. Played by the Bulldogs. Left side, that's going to be out of bounds. SaberCats score again. It's 11-10. SaberCats to serve again. Deep serve, that's going to go out of bounds. Point to McAllen, they're up 12-10. They won the first game rather easily, 25-10 this time. Up just 2 as they'll serve. Short serve across. Played by the SaberCats off the net in the back row. That's out of bounds on the hit off the net. McAllen up by 3. Serve across, played by the SaberCats with a high set on the left side, looking for the back row. Out of bounds it goes, too strong. 4-point lead, McAllen. This team is capable of going on a huge run. We've seen that happen where points just come in bunches. There's another off an ace. Big play there by the back row of the Bulldogs. Punched over. SaberCats keep that alive. Punched over on the Bulldogs side again. A high set on the left side. Spiked over. Diving roll play by the SaberCats. Tipped over. Bulldogs there to cover that. Scrambling here. Back row attempt. Glances off the net. Played by the SaberCats. Back set this time. Back row right at you. Played by the Bulldogs with a high set. Off the net this time. Played over. SaberCats keep it alive again. From the center, tip it past the block. Again, coverage is there for the Bulldogs. Center set this time. Played on the back row by the SaberCats. They'll try left side. Played by the back row of the Bulldogs. Longest rally of this game right here for this point. SaberCats second hit over. Bulldogs there to play that. High set, back row attempt. Off the back row, played by the SaberCats again. Back row right at you. Played by McAllen. The rally continues for this point. Big swing off the block, and the SaberCats score the point. Edinburg Vela battling hard for the point on that one. They'll serve again. Ball over on the McAllen side. Bulldogs punch it over. The lead's down to 4. SaberCats put it over. Bulldogs on the attack. Good set this time off the block. That's a point for McAllen. Bulldogs serve again. SaberCats up near the net. Good set this time. Big swing off the block. Good enough for the point. SaberCats hanging in there with a kill. Next serve across. Bulldogs there to play that. A high set, big swing off the net. That's going to be a point to Vela. And it's 16-13. Serve played by the Bulldogs. In the net it goes though, and Vela within 2. 16-14. SaberCats not going away just yet. Bulldogs with a letter perfect pass this time, sets up the set. Kill attempt though is covered by the SaberCats of Edinburg Vela. That ball goes out of bounds. Just when you thought they may have a chance, SaberCats with a miss hit there. And McAllen back up by 3 and serving here in game number 2. Short serve, line drive played by the SaberCats. Quick set off the back row. That's a point for Edinburg Vela. 2-point lead. SaberCats to serve again. Cross played by the Bulldogs. A high set off the net, left side. Thundered across, played by the SaberCats. Bulldogs have to cover. Get it over. SaberCats can go on the attack here with a good set. They'll try it left side. Rocket shot, good for the point. 1-point game. Big kill that time for the SaberCats. All on a back set. Hit over. That's blocked back at you. And the SaberCats tie it up at 17 each. SaberCats to serve again. Bulldogs haven't trailed yet in these two games. Right now, SaberCats for the lead. That's in the net and a block by McAllen. Gives them the lead again. Bulldogs to serve. Punched over by the Bulldogs. SaberCats able to keep it in play. Big swing there, nothing doing. Ball back up high near the net. Challenge there. Ball still up high at the net again. Punched up in the air. Point Bulldogs. That's in the net, and a point scored to Vela. 19-18. Back set for the Bulldogs. Hit across, played by the SaberCats, looking to tie it again. Back row of the Bulldogs there to play that. McAllen right back at you. SaberCats, that's deflected. Point McAllen, they win the race to 20. SaberCats looking for more here. Cross by the Bulldogs, that's good for the point. McAllen up 21-18. Timeout called by the SaberCats. We'll continue with game 2 of this best of 3 after this.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
Back here after the timeout, and the McAllen Lady Bulldogs on top 21-18 over Edinburg Vela. Joe Bowling with you here in Edinburg. Marcus Clark on the camera. As we continue our coverage, back row attempt that time by the SaberCats of Edinburg Vela. Back set for the Bulldogs. Big swing, but out of bounds it goes. Say this for Vela. After getting beat 25-10 in that first game, they did anything but give up as they have battled hard through this game. Now down just 2 in the late stages. With the serve, SaberCats with some pace get that across. Bulldogs will attack from the back row, and it's good for the point for McAllen. Thunderous crunch off that back row for the Lady Bulldogs. Serve just over the net. Ball back on the McAllen side in the blink of an eye. Sets up this hit. In the net it goes. Vela creeps back to within 2. 22-20 your score. SaberCats to serve. Across it comes. McAllen with a good pass. Letter perfect. Center set, but out of bounds as it's too strong off the back row. Vela scores again. Now can tie the game. Serve across. Good pass, a high back set, punched over. And a point as that goes out of bounds, and we are tied at 22 apiece. McAllen can't shake Vela. Vela hasn't taken a lead has a chance here off the serve. Deep pass, still on the back row, one-handed over. SaberCats there to play that. High set left side. Bulldogs play that. High set back row attempt. Crunched over, played by the SaberCats. Second hit over. Bulldogs, 2 hits called though on the SaberCats, and Mac High maintains the lead by the narrowest of margin as they go back up 23-22. Bulldogs to serve. SaberCats punch that up in the air. Back row attempt, played by the Bulldogs. A high set left side off the net, played by the SaberCats. Set it up left side back row, punched across, played by the Bulldogs. Back row attempt, big swing, played on the back row of the SaberCats. Back over on the Mac High side, ball at the net, challenge won there by Edinburg. Vela, they tie it again at 23. SaberCats with a big crunching blow there. 23 apiece. Short serve this time, diving play by the Bulldogs. Punch back over on the Bulldogs side. SaberCats looking for their first lead in the 2 games. Nice set, tipped over the block. Coverage this time by the Bulldogs. Chance for the SaberCats to regroup and score here. Tip it over, Bulldogs looking to regain the lead. Back set middle, across for the corner, that is out of bounds, and the SaberCats have their first lead. 24-23, Edinburg Vela now can serve to win and force game 3. Serve across, Bulldogs, bad pass on the back row. Leads to the back row attempt, played by the SaberCats, looking for the win, good set. Crunching blow, SaberCats win game 2. 25-23, and just a effort from start to finish for Edinburg Vela will force game 3. Back with that after this.
The bonds we create with our pets can be powerful. A man's best friend really isn't just about dogs, but about any animal companion that brings us joy and unconditional love. Losing a loved one is heart-wrenching, but losing a pet can be just as difficult. Unconditional love deserves unmatched service, which is why we offer pet services for those special pets that become a special part of the family. We serve all the members of your family.
For your construction needs in the Rio Grande Valley, check out Hosanna Construction in FAR. Formerly known as Guzman Construction, Hosanna Construction can design and build your home or take care of your home improvements. 802 East Expressway 83, FAR, Texas, Hosanna Construction. Formerly known as Guzman Construction. Call now for free consultations at 956-435-0381. Hosanna Construction, committed to serving you. Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen.
Back here as our coverage continues here from the Venom Challenge in Edinburg. And we get set for game 3 between Mac High and Edinburg Vela. Vela with a gutsy performance to win game 2 after getting blown out in game 1. And they'll return the serve to start game 3, a race to 15, win by 2. Bulldogs of Mac High go on the attack here. Thunderous hit, but that goes out of bounds, and Vela scores out of the gate. And at 24-23, that was the first lead of the night for Edinburg Vela. So they led 24-23, won 25-23, and now lead 1-0 here. That's the only leads they've had in the series. That's in the net, and a point to Edinburg Vela. They go up 2-0, and right now they have got this Bulldog team playing on their heels. See if they can carry the momentum through. SaberCats serve it across. Good pass up near the net. A high set center, played over on the Vela side. Sabercats feeling some confidence now. Spike that off the block. Played by the Bulldogs. Back row hit. Diving play by the Sabercats. Keeps that alive. Leads to the hit. And it's good for the point. Sabercats up 3-0. Vela just playing it at a high level right now. You just see the confidence boosting here on this team, point after point. Serve across, Bulldogs will play it. Sabercats a chance to build on the lead. Good set, big swing, point. Sabercats score again, they go up 4-0. And they're just bringing it now. Edinburg Vela. Bulldogs wait for the serve, short serve. Back on the Vela side after one hit. Ball up high in the middle, Sabercats put it over. Bulldogs in the bleachers it goes, and it's a 5-0 Vela lead here in game number 3 against Mac High. Vela to serve again. Deep serve, good pass this time for the Bulldogs. A high center set. Played over, Sabercats keep that in play. Looking for more points. Back on the Mac High side, Bulldogs from a back row attempt, punch it over. Sabercats there to cover that in the middle of the defense. Right back on the Mac High side. Bulldogs second hit, punched over, blocked, punched in the air. Rally has been long on this point. That goes out of bounds. Another point to Edinburg Vela. They are up 6-0. Timeout called by Mac High. Remember, they won game 1, 25-10. Trail 6-0. We're only going to 15. Back after this.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
After a timeout, the Mac High Lady Bulldogs score their first point here in game 3. And now serve to Edinburg Vela. Vela nearly gets that down for a point. Bulldogs put it over on the Vela side and counter with a point. And make it 6-2. Game 3 here. Again, these teams vying for that final spot. And finding out where they'll play in the brackets that come out for Tuesday's finale of this tournament. Mac High certainly wanting to challenge for one of those top spots. Ball over on the Vela side. That's going to be 4 hits. Point Sabercats. And they go up 7-2. Vela to serve again. Short serve played by the Bulldogs. A high pass. Big thunderous hit. Played just off the net. Played by the Sabercats. Right back at you. Tip pass a block. Covered by the Bulldogs. From the middle. One-handed over. And a point for Mac High. Backpedaling that time were the Sabercats. Serve across. Punched over, played by the Bulldogs. Good set, punched over on the Vela side. Vela on the attack, big crunching blow, played by the back row of the Bulldogs. Played back over, stayed alive as the Sabercats keep it alive. Right back at you. Mac High, center set, tipped over the block. Sabercats keep that one alive, punch it over. Long rally here for a critical point. Bulldogs put it over. Covered nicely by the SaberCats. Back on the Mac High side. Mac High attacks again. SaberCats there to play it. Ball up high near the net. Tipped over the block. Played by the Bulldogs. They'll attack yet again. Big swing. And out of bounds. Point Vela. Halfway through game 3, they'll switch sides. Back after this.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
How to add.
Well, the Bulldogs didn't waste any time as they switched sides. They immediately went on the attack. And Mac High with a crunching kill makes it an 8-4 game. Serve is a cross played by the SaberCats. Punched over on the Mac High side. That'll be 2 hits called, and Mac High scores again to go up 8, or check that to get back to within 3 at 8-5. Bulldogs to serve it up. That's an ace. 8-6 game. Mac High now finding their rhythm. Looking more like the team we saw that just breezed through game 1 at 25-10. Another good serve. Good return this time by the SaberCats. Leads to the hit. Bulldogs there to play that. Off the net. That swing across. Played by the SaberCats. Good set this time, but 2 hits called. The set was in place, but 2 hits was called, getting it in position. 8-7 game. Mac High looks to tie it now. Short serve. Diving play by the SaberCats. Hit across. Played by the Bulldogs. Ball up high. No block there. Back row able to cover that for the SaberCats. They'll lead to the attack. And a point for Edinburg Vela. 9-7. Serve across coming up for Mac High to back set that. Tipped over. Back corner. A point Bulldogs. 9-8. Bulldogs to serve for the tie. Get that across, and that's out of bounds. Vela up 10-8, and so often in games to 15, getting to 10 first. Gets a psychological advantage. See if Edinburg Vela can ride that wave through. That's an ace for the SaberCats. They go up 11-8. A never stop, never die attitude. Edinburg Vela. Mac High calls a timeout. Back after this.
App to your Roku device. All your favorite shows from VTX1 Channel 1 and exciting games broadcast on Rio Sports Live can be added onto your Roku device by following these simple steps. Step 1. Scroll down to search and push OK on the remote control. Step 2. Type in VTX1 by using the arrow keys to move the cursor around the keyboard and pushing OK to enter the letters. When you're done, choose the VTX1 option on the right-hand side of the screen. Then push OK.
We'll bring it back to action as the SaberCats of Edinburg Vela on top of Mac High here in the deciding game 3. Serve it up. Bulldogs respond with a point and make it an 11-9 game. Mac High Bulldogs to serve. With a jump serve across, punched in the air, kicked over. This is a live play. We'll go back to action as the Bulldogs put it over. SaberCats staying alive. Center set, tipped over, point, Edinburg Vela. How about that? Unbelievable play there. Serve over. Played by the Bulldogs. That's at the net. Challenge one there. 4 hits, and Vela scores again to go up 13-9. Ball on the back row, played by the SaberCats. Good set this time, but out of bounds. Too much on that one. Makes it a 13-10 game. Now we'll see, McAllen's going to have to dig deep. They'll need to score most likely 3 in a row here just to get back in contention. Deep serve might have been out. Played by the SaberCats. Back row attempt looking for the big kill. Nothing there. Bulldogs get it over. That's another deep ball. Might have been out again. SaberCats play it forward. Bulldogs watch as that carries out of bounds. Point Mac High, 13-11, and they danced twice on being down to 1 point to carry the game. Timeout called. Vela wants to talk it over.
Choose the Add Channel option on the right-hand side of the screen and wait for the application to load. Congratulations! You have now successfully added the VTX1 app to your channel lineup. It can be found on the main screen under Home at the bottom of the list. For more information, visit the VTX1 website at vtx1.net/OTT.
After the timeout, the Mac High Bulldogs serve it out of bounds, and Edinburg Vela now advantage SaberCats. They're up 14-11, needing just 1 point to knock off the Bulldogs here in the 3-game set. Serve across, played by the Bulldogs with a high set. Set it up off the net, played over. SaberCats looking for the win, get it over on the second hit. Bulldogs set it up here, needing points. Off the block, played by the SaberCats up in the air. Ball at the net, punched over the blockers, covered nicely by the Bulldogs. Mac High needs to play letter perfect. That's out of bounds off the back row, and Edinburg Vela knocks off Mac High in 3 games. 15-11 in game 3. You wouldn't have thought it after game 1 as the Mac High Lady Bulldogs looked unbeatable, winning 25-10. The SaberCats come back to win game 2, 25-23. Game 3, 15-11. Reminding you, the highlights will be up later on. We'll also have replays of this game available immediately. Be sure to tell your friends and family to watch these games as we're covering these teams on their summer play in volleyball from the Venom Challenge. Till next time, I'm Joe Bowling. So long.